I'm calling this meeting of the Silver City Town Council to order. Would you please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to welcome everybody here this morning. I'd like to welcome Police Officer Howdy with us as well. The first item on the agenda is the approval/disapproval of a special dispenser permit application and waiver of NMSA 1978 60-6B-10 for alcohol sales near a church for the Silver City Charter Day Ball to be held at the Murray Hotel, 200 West Broadway, Silver City, New Mexico, on February the 16th, 2019, with alcohol service from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. Liquor license holder, Dahl Enterprises, LLC, DBA Q's Southern Bistro, LLC, liquor license number 28098, 101 West College Avenue, Silver City, New Mexico. Mr. Quintana?
I was asked to hold, where is it? There we go. I was asked to hold to help with the event with providing a liquor license for the Charter Day that's going to be happening on the 16th at the Murray Hotel. And we've done several events. We'll have security, and it'll be pretty much like every event that we've done, where we have to have the bar and guards and carding everybody that's drinking and stuff like that. So I don't know if you guys have any questions as far as the event or...
Any questions or comments? Thank you very much.
Okay.
Then I'll entertain a motion. Councilor Ray?
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve of a special dispenser permit application and waiver of NMSA 1978 60-6B-10 for alcohol sales near a church for the Silver City Charter Day Ball to be held at the Murray Hotel, 200 West Broadway, Silver City, New Mexico, on February 16th, 2019, with alcohol service from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. Liquor license holder, Dahl Enterprises, LLC, DBA Q's Southern Bistro, LLC, liquor license number 28098, 101 West College Avenue, Silver City, New Mexico, 88061.
Thank you. Do I hear a second?
Mr. Mayor?
Councilor Tanner?
Second that motion is stated.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The motion carries. The next agenda item is 3, the approval/disapproval of executive session pursuant to NMSA 1978, Section 10-15-1H7 of the state's Open Meeting Act to meet subject to the attorney-client privilege pertaining to threatened or pending litigation regarding elections. Do I hear a motion? Councilor Edison?
Thank you, Mayor. I move that the Town Council go into executive session pursuant to New Mexico State, I'm going to say NMSA 1978, Section 10-15-1H7 of the state's Open Meeting Act to meet subject to the attorney-client privilege pertaining to threatened or pending litigation regarding elections.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilor Amos. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilor Benison?
Aye.
Councilor Amos Smith? Aye. Councilor Ray?
Aye.
Councilor Connor?
Aye.
The motion carries unanimously. The council will convene in the conference room. The council is back in session. No matters other than those matters included in the motion to go into executive session were discussed. At this time, I will ask the council members for their affirmation of that statement. Roll call, please, Ann.
Counselor Edison.
Aye.
Counselor Amon Smith. Aye. Counselor Ray.
Aye.
Counselor Kano.
All councilors replied yes, so the motion carries. Next is agenda item 4, the approval/disapproval of stipulated settlement and order canceling March 5, 2019 municipal elections. Mr. Scaveron?
Mr. Mayor and Council, you're aware that the Secretary of State's office, through the Attorney General, has filed a lawsuit against the town alleging that the Local Election Act that the legislature passed last year explicitly bars the town from holding an election this March. We have argued back and forth on the law. The town's position was that the territorial charter is valid on its statement regarding staggered and annual elections. The Secretary of State and the Attorney General argue that this is a general law of general applicability and that they think that the law bars the town. After significant negotiations, we have come to a settlement and an order. The settlement is that the Secretary of State will not oppose our efforts to get a legislative fix. I point out to you that the original bill, the Local Election Act, was less than 200 pages, and the suggested rewrite of the bill is around 400 pages, which gives an indication of the problems and flaws in that Local Election Act. So the town is, and the Secretary of State are committed to getting a clearer bill, a clearer body of law that would define the exact rights of the town of Silver City and, in fact, all the other municipalities, because the rewrite that they're talking about will affect all the municipalities in the state. So the Secretary of State cannot commit to lobbying for us, but the Secretary of State indicates that she will not oppose our legislative efforts. So with that agreement and the desire not to go into extensive litigation, because if we go into litigation, the litigation will not be terminated by March 5th. So the recommendation of outside counsel, and I just want to mention that the outside counsel is a body of attorneys that are probably among the best in the state. It includes former city attorneys from Albuquerque, Los Alamos, Roswell, and other locations. They all came to the conclusion that this is the best way to go. Look for a fix in the legislature, not a temporary fix. Even if we win in the courts, that's not the end of the battle, and it certainly would still interfere with the March 5th election. So outside counsel and I and the town manager are all recommending to the council that you accept this stipulated agreement and the stipulated order, execute those documents, cancel the March 5th elections, and then work diligently in the legislature to get this bill, an amended bill that would define the rights of the municipalities statewide as well as Silver City. With that, if there's any questions?
Any questions or comments? Any? Councilor Amon Smith?
Thank you. So, were we to cancel the March 5th election, I'm checking it here, what would happen would be have serving councilors continue until things are resolved?
By operation of state law, when we canceled the election, we treat it the same way as if there was an earthquake or some natural disaster that prevented an election from taking place. In those situations, the candidates who normally would have been up for election are held over until when the election can take place. In this case, the election will take place one way or the other in March of 2020. At that time, though, we'll know whether we have annual elections or elections every 2 years. We'll know whether our terms will be extended from 2 years to 4 years. So the holdover, it will be by operation of law. The election's canceled. There are no candidates.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Any questions or comments from the general public? Okay, then I will entertain a motion. Councilor Amos Smith?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move to approve the stipulated settlement and order canceling March 5th, 2019 municipal elections.
Thank you. Second, Councilor Edison?
Thank you, Mayor. I second the motion as stated.
Is there any discussion? Roll call, please, Ann.
Counselor Edison?
Aye.
Counselor Amos Smith?
Aye.
Counselor Ray?
Aye.
Counselor Kano?
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. This concludes the business of the town of Silver City. Do I hear a motion?
Mr. Mayor?
Councilor Amos Smith,
Mr. Mayor, I move to adjourn.
is there a second?
Mr. Mayor, I second the motion as
A
stated.
motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are hereby adjourned.